Hello and welcome to this GCSE Foundation level Tier level lesson 9.6 on quadratic factorisation, which builds on 9.5, which was quadratic expansion. So your do now task is to expand and simplify. Remember, this builds on your learning from last lesson. Remember to pause the video and show all your working out. Okay, now that you've worked through those, let's just check your answers. Here are your answers on the right hand side. Again, check carefully with the positive and negative signs and make sure you did remember to combine your like terms, which is a common mistake. Okay, quadratic factorisation is basically the same sort of thing as we had when we had linear factorisation. A linear factorisation was putting the brackets back in. Here it's exactly the same. But quadratic expressions, remember, come from two brackets. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So for bronze, next line, we're going to be factorising where all the values are positive, like x squared plus 4x plus 3. For silver, we're going to be factorising where one of the terms has got negative, or both terms. So it might be x squared minus 8x plus 15. And then finally, the gold ones are factorising quadratics using a special term called difference of two squares. So if you move forward, right. Read through this slide. I think pause it, have a look at, see if you're happy with it. When you are, please move on and we'll show you some examples. I think it will become a lot clearer. Same with that one. Quite an awkward looking slide, but I think it will become clearer. So example 16, we've got x squared minus x minus 6. It comes from two numbers that multiply together to give us minus 6 and add together to give us minus 1 because it's minus 1x. Those two numbers are minus 3 and 2, and they're the numbers that goes inside the brackets. So x squared minus x minus 6 is x plus 2 in one bracket and x times x minus 3 in the other bracket. Some more examples to help you. Okay, so if we factorise this, we are looking for two numbers that add together to give us minus 9 and multiply together to give us plus 20. They are minus 4 and minus 5, because remember minus 4 times minus 5 does give us plus 20. So therefore they're the numbers that go in the brackets. So x squared minus 9x plus 20 is x minus 4 in one bracket times x minus 5 in the other bracket. Okay, so look through the left hand side, factorising x squared plus 9x plus 20. We look for two numbers that add up to give us 9. 9 is what we call the coefficient of x. It's how many x, and they've got to multiply together to give us 20 at the same time. Those two numbers are plus 4 and plus 5, so they go inside the brackets. So x squared plus 9x plus 20 is x plus 4 in one bracket times x plus 5 in the other. Time for you to do this one. You might want to write some of these down in your book, of course. Factorise x squared plus 6x plus 8. Pause the video, have a go, and then you can click to see if you got it right. So x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals x plus 2 times x plus 4. Here's another example. Factorise x squared minus 3x minus 18. We look for two numbers that add up to minus 3, that's the coefficient of x, and at the same time they multiply to give us minus 18. Those two numbers are minus 6 and plus 3, so they're the numbers that go into the brackets. So x squared minus 3x minus 18 is x minus 6 times x plus 3. One for you to do, x squared minus 2x minus 15. Pause the video, have a go, and then you can click to see the right answers. The two numbers are minus 5 and plus 3, so they go into the brackets. So you get x squared minus 2x minus 15 is x minus 5 times x plus 3. Further example, if we're factorising x squared minus 10x plus 21, our two numbers add up to give us minus 10. That's the coefficient of x again, and they multiply together to give us plus 21. Those two numbers are minus 3 and minus 7, so they go inside the brackets. So x squared minus 10x plus 21 is x minus 3 times x minus 7. Once again, this one for you to do. Pause the video and then have a go at it. When you're done, you can click to reveal the answers. So we're looking for two numbers that add together to give us minus 8 and multiply together to give us plus 12. So they are minus 2 and minus 6, so they go into the brackets. So x squared minus 8x plus 12 is x minus 2 in one bracket times x minus 6 in the other. Great news. Here's plenty for you to have a go at. So pause the video and work carefully through them. If you can do all 24 of those satisfactorily, you've certainly achieved your bronze and silver awards. Well, so here are all the answers. Do check them really carefully, especially with the minus signs causing havoc and making, because obviously if you've got those signs wrong, you've got the answer wrong. So pause the video and mark them all really carefully before proceeding. Oh, good fun. We've got some more, just to check that you're happy. Remember when, like 8b, when it says t squared minus t minus 90, it means t squared minus 1t minus 90. Pause the video and have a go at those to secure your learning. And here are the answers to 7 to 10. Mark them carefully, especially looking for those negative signs. Question 11 requires a bit more thought. Pause the video, have a go, maybe draw the diagram out, see if you can work out what the values of A and B can be. Here's question 12. Pause the video and have a go at that one. Here are answers to question 11 and 12. Again, they're the more complicated ones where you have to really think. So, well done if you particularly got onto those and managed them successfully. Okay, goal learning is difference of two squares. So, these are actually the easiest to do in real terms, but they look more difficult because there's no x term in the middle. So, it's like having, you see on the left hand side, that x squared minus 49 and putting it back into the x minus 7 and x plus 7. Minus 7 and plus 7, notice the numbers are the same. And you should hopefully recognise that the number 7 is the square root of 49. Difference of two squares involves square roots. Must be something in that. Okay, so there's a couple more examples shown to you. At the top of the page, factorise x squared minus 9. Well, the square root of 9 is 3. This is example 18, so therefore it must be x minus 3 and x plus 3. Straightforward. So here we are, teach on the left hand side, just what we've been talking about. Have a go at copy them down, copy that one down, and then do the do question. Pause the video while you do it, and then we can click to show you reveal the right answers. Factorising x squared minus 100, we look for two numbers that add up to 0 because there's no term in x, and multiplied together to give us minus 100. Remember, we're also talking about the square root of 100, so we're thinking about minus 10 and plus 10, so they go in the brackets. So x squared minus 100 is x minus 10 and x plus 10. This time we've got p squared minus 49 on the next slide. We look for two numbers that add up to 0 as there's no term in p, and they multiply together to give us minus 49. Square root of 49 is 7, so we're looking for minus 7 and plus 7, and they go into the brackets. P squared minus 49, I should say, equals p minus 7, p plus 7. You do the do question, and then click to reveal the right answers. Pause the video first. We look for two numbers that add up to 0, it says minus 0, as there is no term in Q, and multiply together to give us minus 121. Square root of 121 is 11, so therefore it's Q squared minus 121 is Q minus 11 and Q plus 11. Great, you should race through these ones, Pause the video while you work through them. Here are your answers to exercise 9L question 1. Be careful, but I'm sure you got these correct. When you've marked them, move on to question 2. Again, this is a more awkward question, but have a go at it. Maybe draw some diagrams out to help you. When you had a go, move to question 3. There's more of it. The diagrams there might go with the previous one to help you. And then you've got your answers to questions 2 and 3 coming. When you're ready, pause the video while you're working. Here's your answers to questions 2 and 3. Make sure you mark them really carefully. Okay, so let's have a look. We can now substitute numbers into expressions and formulae. We can expand linear brackets and simplify expressions by collecting like terms. We can factorise 2 linear expressions. We can expand 2 linear brackets. We can factorise quadratic expressions of this type, x squared plus ax plus b, and we can recognise the difference of 2 squares. All that remains for the next lesson, 9.7, is rearranging simple formulae. Well done for getting this far. Now remember to go and do all the purposeful practice work that's mentioned in your work to complete for this week, and the Hegarty Maths work too. Your teachers will be checking on this, so please make sure it's done by the end of the week. Well done. Thank you for listening.